Note Assistance Program, we provide a proprietary educational system, both online and hands-on. And then we also, more importantly, provide a trade desk. How many of you are here to find assets and deals? Just by the show of hands. What are the rest of you guys here for? No, I'm serious. Nobody's answering? Okay. Well, I'm assuming maybe education because you're looking to be in a position to take advantage of deals and inventory, right? Okay. So let's talk about what we do. We are based out of San Diego. We have an office in Newport Beach, California, Indianapolis, and then also in New Jersey, okay? And what we do is we provide assets to our members. Members come in two forms, okay? We offer education in the form of our non-performing or distressed note lab. This is a 2-day event that we do in New York and in California, 2 days. So I know many of you travel. This is your opportunity to get to Southern California, all right? But yeah, it's a 2-day event. We leave everything on the floor. We're going to talk to you about how you buy our product. What is my product? I sell non-performing notes. I also sell performing notes. A few of you have exposure to that. A few of you have just heard about it today. How many of you have actually heard about the non-performing or note industry before today? Just by a show of hands. Okay, great. So I'm talking to some people who have heard of this before. So with that said, here's where the interest lies. For those of you who have not heard about it or do not feel comfortable working those assets out, that's what the 2-day program is for. I am different in the extent that I did not build a mousetrap. We have 2 programs to offer you for training. The Note Lab, which, like I said, is offered 4 times a year. It's going to be $1,100 per company to join. That means you can bring your accountability partner or your spouse, whoever you're working with. It's 2 days. We leave it all on the floor. We're going to give you a checklist. Many people are able to go and do the industry and work notes after the class. You don't need any more training. How many people like that? I mean, it's literally a checklist. These are the things that make people upset at me. Like, you gave them a whole checklist, the entire ingredients to the stew. I'm going to give it to you. Why? Because some of you guys are going to be able to work with that, and the other guys are going to need some help, right? So the last thing that we offer is a hands-on training program. Is it $30,000? Yeah, it's not. It's $69.95. You get hands-on training. Your commitment to me is that you're going to commit to buying a note. My commitment to you, you buy a note, we're going to walk you through it for the life of that note. That's how you learn. So I learned, give you a few minutes about my background, okay? I'm an ex-stockbroker. I worked on Wall Street during the dot-com era with a small boutique firm called Joseph Stevens. I picked up by Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter at the time. That's how old I am. It's Morgan Stanley, Dean Witter. And then I worked at the World Trade Center for a while, and then they transferred me to the San Francisco office, okay? And so I have that banking, investment banker background. And with that, this is where it gets hot. You guys said you're coming here for assets. Let's get excited about assets, because I'm going to show you some assets. If you want me to show you assets, I want you to scream, assets! One more time, assets! All right, this month, for my team, for my members, I released $58 million of UPB nationwide. What is UPB? For those of you who actually know and notes, it's unpaid balance nationwide from Connecticut to Hawaii. $58 million of UPB is delivered to my members' desk every month by the 5th from my contacts. What are my contacts? I have between 10 to 15 different vendors and sellers on my trade desk. We've created a trade desk. These are all banks, from big banks, Bank of America, Ocwen, smaller hedge funds. You guys know some of the big ones, Harbor, all those guys, right? To some of the smaller ones, small community banks. So these guys call me, and they give me their inventory. What do? I pass it on to my members. So I let you guys negotiate directly with the banks that I have, and you pay me a trade desk fee, because we believe in transparency. Is anyone excited about that? Yeah. Okay, because you know the problem with this industry is what? Getting access to no inventory and then not overpaying for it. Yes or no? There you have it. So I'm trying to solve that problem, okay? Every month, we release our inventory to our qualified members. If you are someone who thinks you know notes, then I have a vetting form for you. It's that simple. You fill out the vetting form, you get approved, you now get our inventory. First 3 months, you're going to get it for free. Then we're going to give you a monthly fee for the inventory. But you're on your own, you submit bids, you close deals. End of discussion. If you need help, if you need resources, we have our training program, then we have our hands-on program. If you do any of those 2 options, you're now a member of our community, which means you always have access to our resources. You always have access to my teams in Wisconsin, Indianapolis, Minnesota, Michigan. Because what you're going to learn is how to be like me. We talk about diversification. You're going to invest where the deal is right. Just like the gentleman up here who said he bought in Connecticut. The best thing about his communication to me was, why'd you buy in Connecticut? Because it was the best deal. That's why. So we deal with numbers making sense. We deliver inventory to your desk. Many of you are looking for Houston assets or Texas assets. How many of you guys are looking for a Texas inventory? Oh, look, not too many. Good. All right. Well, we've got quality Texas, so let's talk about that, all right? I've got a lot. If you come to our desk in the back, you're going to see some brochures. Pick them up. It's going to show you some of our last traded notes, Baytown, Texas, Houston, Texas, okay? So I'm going to change gears real quick. Most of what I've talked about was our non-performing notes. Those are the distressed mortgage notes where people haven't paid anywhere from 6 months to 10 years, right? Some of you are actually looking for what? Truly passive income, AKA performing notes. Now, I've had my experience in flipping, okay? How many flippers are in the room? Okay, how many landlords? Okay, you guys are all in my path. Great. So, with the banks, you don't do any more tenants, toilets, and trash. We understand that. That's why I was excited about this, okay? So this is the only truly passive form of income I have found to this day, okay? And so here's what we're doing right now. I've got some great relationships with some of the smaller banks here in Texas. We've got at least 15 at this point, Houston performing notes on our desk. Their LTV, are you ready for this? Well below 60%. Okay, you're getting about a 13% return. Put that bad boy in your self-directed IRA, what are you looking at? Exactly, much more. We won't even talk about that. Much more, right? So this is what we're looking at. If you're looking for truly passive income, we've got performing notes. We've got them local. We just sold one on a street called Sweetwater in Houston, Texas. Gentlemen could not be more giddy, okay? So when you're talking about collecting mortgage payments, what's the difference? You're having a more mature conversation. Yes? You want to keep your house? I want you to keep your house. Let's make payments, right? So that's how you handle that. So we have performing notes as well, nationwide, everywhere from California. Obviously, our California assets are much more expensive. The one in Houston I just spoke about, to give you an idea, that one sold for 85 cents on the dollar of the unpaid balance. And that's the kick in the pants, not the value of the house. So this is the little tricks and nuances that you have to look out for to make sure you're actually getting a deal. Because even if you paid, right, a good portion, let's say 80% of the actual value of the house, you probably still make money. We want to leave enough skin on the bone so you can make money and maybe even get out of it, transfer it, sell it to someone else, broker it, right? And so that's the difference. We're going to get you assets. You're going to be directly trading, buying assets from our trade desk through our sellers, okay? You got to understand a lot of these banks, until you become big enough, they don't want to deal directly with you either. So this is where my service comes in. I've worked with these guys for over 5 to 10 years. I've got a huge database of buyers, over 3,500 at this point, of people who want to buy my inventory. So if you put in an offer on a note, you just might be bundled in with somebody else and get a lower price. And if I get a lower price, guess what I do with that? I pass it on. You hit me right. Because you're going to pay me a trade desk fee. That's going to be set in stone. You're going to know what you pay me. Anyone like that? You do? Dang it. I'm in the crowd. This is my element. This is where I'm supposed to be. All right, so check this out. This is my phone number up here. My assistant, her name is Lisa. We do not practice aggressive marketing campaigns. Why? Because I don't care what you tell me, there's too much money here for me to be chasing you down. So we're going to send you an email. We're going to give you a text, and she's going to call you. That way I know you have all of our information. When you're ready to call us, you will call us. And again, the part of this is because we don't charge a lot of money because we expect you to respect our time as well. You understand that? It's $6,000. You show up when you're ready, not before you're ready, when you're ready to buy a note. If you look for the training, we will walk you through that from everything from negotiating a note from the banks, how to negotiate, because that's what you guys are missing. A lot of you guys are buying notes from gurus. It's a different game negotiating a note from a bank. Do you understand me? Yes or no? It is totally a different game. Okay? And so that's what I want to teach you on how to negotiate with the banks, to be a shrewd investor, grab the notes at a price that you can actually even wholesale it afterwards if you want to. Yes or no? Yes. All right, so this is my contact information. My name is Jasmine. I'm the crazy girl in the pink cowboy hat, and I do that for a reason, to warn you that everything here is going to be pretty just transparent, rogue. I'm going to tell you the way it is. If I'm having a problem with my banker or the seller on the side, you're having a problem with that banker, that seller. Do you understand that? Because you're going to be dealing with them directly. But that's why I do this. My goal is to make sure that you guys eventually are going to be my peers, not my students. Are you following me? Okay, because one day, if you do well, what's going to happen is I'm going to be doing a trade, and guess who's going to be on the other side of it? This young lady right here. Amen, right? And I'm going to be excited because now I have a friend on the other side of the deal. That's why I do this. So I need you guys, when you're ready, there's plenty of opportunities out there for training. Call me, I'll give you them. There's a lot of other opportunities here within this venue. Again, Quincy brought out the guns for you guys. Get educated. Learn what you're doing. If you already know what you're doing, we will send you a vetting form. You fill it out. You get approved. You got inventory. Inventory is huge. Most of the inventory we're getting, after foreclosure, you're in at about 40 cents on the dollar. How many of you guys are familiar with some of these flipping guys? Do you know what they would pay for a house? About 60 cents, right? 60 cents on the dollar. I just told you when you're done with my stuff, you're getting at 40 cents. If that doesn't make sense to you, if you don't figure out how to make money, then this is not for you. If it did make sense to you, I will see you in the back of the room. My name's Jasmine. My partner, Mark Brooks, where are you? There he is in the back of the room. So if you don't see the big cowboy hat, check out this gentleman. But we have access to inventory. That's what many of you guys are looking for. If you need education, we've got that as well. We've got 2-day training classes. We hold 4 times a year, twice in New York, twice in California. So come on out, see us, write it off. And then if you are looking to get involved immediately, then we have that hands-on program. So come and talk to us, all right? All right, that's it, man. Thank you. I'll see you soon.